So now that we've created our zone, we're now ready to create a mailing. And just to back up a little bit, a zone is a collection of mailing routes or carrier routes that we're going to be mailing to and targeting for our mailing. So, one zip code or two zip codes is going to be like 5,000 or 10,000 is what the typical number is. And so that's what a zone is. And once we've established our zones, we now can create mailings. And a mailing is simply a date in time, a particular postcard or flyer that we're going to be mailing to a particular zone. And so once we've, we can go down here and create a new mailing without a schedule. I'll get into schedules in another video. Schedules have to do with agreements. So when you create an agreement, the system is going to want to know when you're going to be mailing to that particular zone, and that's what you set up on a schedule. A schedule is basically a zone like the even months or the odd months or all months. And so if we're just mailing to a zone and it's not part of any particular schedule or we're not using agreements, we can just create new mailing without a schedule. And when we do that, we click to add one, and I'll just go here and edit one that's already been added. So we pick our, as we move along in the process, we can update the status here so that when your clients happen to log in, they'll be able to see their ad and it'll show them where the status is as it moves along. Once it goes to the printers, we can move it to processing. Once it goes to the post office, we can say delivered. The RSVP deadline is handy of when you want them to call you by, and that's what's going to show in the sales brochure for a particular mailing. And it's going to grab the most, the next upcoming mailing and put that in the sales brochure for them if an upcoming mailing exists. The print deadline is going to be when you want to have all the ads submitted by, if they're submitting an ad to you, or if they are, or if you're having somebody create them for you. When everything needs to be done by would be the print deadline. And sometimes there's confusion. I've had people I've worked with have had a little bit of confusion as to what that is. So make sure you're clear on that. But if it's a Thursday, so with everydoordirectmail.com, the print deadline might be on a Thursday, and you probably want to make it noon on a Thursday because all of their ads or their PDFs are approved on Fridays, and then they print it and bundle it and mail it to the post office, I believe, the following Friday. It gets mailed over the weekend, and then it arrives at the post office on Monday or Tuesday. It starts showing up in mailboxes on, let's say, Tuesday. So if your print deadline is going to be the 15th, then your mailing date is going to want to be the 27th. So it may be different for you if you're using a different printer or service. But those dates are nice because then that's what's actually going to show up on invoices as well. So once the order has been placed, then it's going to show up to their accounting department and whatnot. It's also nice to be able to keep them informed. So there's a little tool here to let you send an email to so you can run a test and hit save, and then it'll refresh back to this page. And when you're ready, when you like how it looks, hit this button to send the real emails. When you use the template, your ad is being printed and mailed, you can put a personal note. Hey, we're really excited about this one. We got a lot of great offers on this flyer or postcard. And you hit save. It's going to send that personal note, and then below it, it will, on the email, it'll attach the PDF preview of their actual ad, and also the preview of the entire postcard or flyer, the archive of that. So that's a really, handy way to. So once it's been delivered, you're going to want to let them know, hey, it's been delivered. And this is how you can do that very quickly and easily. And if you have any issues along the way, you just want to send out an update notification, just choose this one to enter subject below, and you can just make your own subject in it and your own personal note there. Okay, and so we'll go back to our mailing overview, and we'll cover that in the next video.